Oh,
Is this thing
6 to 1.
on? Oh, we can't hear
Steve,
Steve.
you're
He's still
muted.
Wait.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, I am nowhere near as creative as my co-hosts are on my birthday. So I literally have my festive hat on. Christina has literally crafted a party hat in 0.2 seconds because it's Vera's birthday here on UC Live.
Thank you.
I've even taken out the poop stick. I know. Ooh, happy birthday. Oh, wait, so happy birthday to you. First, Marilyn. I'd say happy birthday, Mr. President, but that red hat needs to come straight off. Sorry.
Gonna fall
I was
off.
getting itchy. I was getting twitchy. It was making me feel a little bit.
So animated.
So,
You're released from the party hat, Christina. Thank you. I appreciate it.
She did well. Christina was complaining that her hat looks like a dunce hat, and I said my red cap is adjacent to a dunce hat. So we did it. Before we wish Vera happy birthday, we do have to send a special shout out and get well soon to Joe. Who's in hospital at the moment. Yes. You poor little chicken. We hope you're feeling better. And when you get to watch this gives you a few laughs. Well, not too many laughs because
thinking about you.
But we're sending you some love. We're sending you some love.
Get well soon, Joe.
Vera, how does it feel to be 22 again?
Same way it felt last year. 40 odd years before that.
Yeah, right. Oh God, she's going off.
Ooh.
Well,
we've got
an echo there. Sorry, that was me checking my phone in the middle of the podcast. So professional.
Oh,
what did you get up to today? What did you get up to?
What I got to, well, I worked.
Yeah.
My favorite pharmacy, RX City here in town, sent me a bag of candy, like a huge bag filled with Snickers bars and Starburst and combos.
I was going to say opioids. That would have been better. But,
My sister Lisa got me flowers. What else? Dia says she's going to take me to dinner this weekend.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It's an adult birthday though when you got to go to work, isn't it?
It's not like plus, it's spread out because I won't see my friend Jane until later in the week, and I won't see my friend Karen until tomorrow, and they'll I'm sure have birthday wishes and shit, but
yeah.
It was good times though for me. I just gonna harken back to I got 3 days worth I got American birthday wishes, I got Australian birthday wishes, and then I got belated birthday wishes from other people and some UK ones. So I'm like, I'm so popular. I'm international.
You are international, my love.
Now, the Countess of Cookies. What's going on? You're pushing those cookies, girl.
How's doing?
I am trying so hard. We've sold. I have sold 71 boxes so far. So
go girl.
So how many does she have to sell to get to the American Girl doll? Oh, okay.
500.
She's not gonna make it. It's fine. Like again, I'm just grateful that people ordered. It's so nice because then this woman's daughter at work ordered, and she doesn't even live in New York. It's just. It was really sweet, and so I just think that it's nice to see that people care, and
people supporting people.
Yeah.
So what?
Nice.
People supporting people.
Yes. It's just nice.
Love. It's just nice, It's just nice. We need nice news in this day and age.
We had a cookie booth, you stand in front of the store and you try to push cookies. And there was just so many nice people just coming up and give us just donations. And then this one 30-year-old or whatever came with his 2 friends, and he's like, I went to the mall. I thought you guys would be at the mall. And we weren't by the mall. We were by a pizzeria. And he's like, I need a full case of Thin Mints. I need 4 more boxes of Thin Mints. I need 8 boxes of Tagalongs. He got I think 15
Did
boxes.
he look like a stoner?
Yeah, like him and his friends, definitely. But I think like he like pulled out a wad of like $200, and he goes, "I took out this cash just for you guys." He's like, I wanted to be here. He's like, I was looking for you, like actively looking for Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny that
they're that good, people.
The Girl Scouts here in town had like these really cool uniforms on. I don't know if their mother made them, but they were like fur coats to look like brownies.
It was very Troop Beverly Hills by the sound of it.
Yeah, it was.
That is adorable.
Like, oh, look at those little kids.
Right? Yeah. Yep. And one lady bought every kid like a cake pop from Starbucks because we were like near a Starbucks, and $2.50 a piece. Like she bought a stripper. And then really funny, this older man in this really nice suit comes out of the pizzeria, and he's like holding his box, and he's all dressed up to the nines, right? Very attractive older man. And he goes, "All right," he goes, "who's taking my money?" And I raised my hand. And he looks at me, goes, "Not you." I'm like, "Come on."
You're like, on a regular basis, I would love to take your money. Thank you.
Please, Daddy, please.
Look. That's good. It's good to see that even in the common climate of everything that's going on in the world, people still want to help people and do the thing, and people like cookies. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I know.
It'd be different if he was selling rice cakes or something, I'm sure. But,
it was like the
I'm gonna bet
the
stoner wouldn't have showed up if they were rice cakes.
No, definitely not. No.
They should have got into the Girl Guides. You should be Girl Guides. That's Australian. They should be getting into oil. But I hear that's a big commodity these days.
Did you see that this was like a year or two ago? There was an enterprising young Girl Scout who set up her cookie booth outside a dispensary.
We were going to do that. We were going to do that. Yeah. Like, it was funny. Me and this other mom, they were like, "Oh, do you have any ideas?" And I go, "Why don't we set up outside the liquor store?" Mm-hmm. And he was like, and then another mom said, "Is there a dispensary around?" And I was like, "That is a good fucking idea."
Yeah,
and like, everybody looked at us like we were crazy, but I was like, "It's the smartest idea ever." Like,
there was a young Girl Scout and her mom that's in California that set up outside the dispensary, and she made she sold out of cookies. Everything she had, they sold.
Oh man,
it's literally like that scene in Troop Beverly Hills where they set up the Jane Fonda. They set up outside the Jane Fonda gym, and they're like, "It's cookie time, cookie time, cookie time." Oh, love that movie. We've reviewed it too. If you want to see assigned seating. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you, by the way, to the people that have been joining the Scream Fest. Vera even jumped online for 2 seconds and realized what we were talking about and had to leave.
Said it's about to get scary, and I went, "Bye."
Vera had to leave, but a lot of people have joined us for the Scream 7 review and for my interview with Ashley Cullen. So thank you so much for joining us for those scary times. Scary times call for scary times, I think, is the general vibe of what's going on. But we have a lot to talk about, so let us dive into this
hot load of hot topics.
All right, we got to start with the most delicious. Look, speaking of cookies, this is so delicious. It has to be fattening. A trio of Trump tartlets are being left to hang in the wind these days. So sad for them, really, isn't it? I mean, our heart breaks.
Cry me a river.
We should probably talk about Kristi Noem, or as I like to call her, Kristi No More Job.
Ice Barbie.
Yeah, she gone. For anyone that saw, she got annihilated.
She did.
very unconsensual, I'm sure, but it was very fun to watch her just scramble and stumble through like the complete fuckery that she faced on Capitol Hill.
Yes, I only saw clips, but I did see her look bad.
She's like literally mouth, like in that photo, mouth open like a fish out of water, going. I don't know
what was she on trial for? Like, was this a
She
trial?
wasn't on trial. They were. It was a review of ICE and ICE procedures in the Department of Homeland Security, and
basically
especially in light of the fact that they increased the ICE budget $10 billion. They now get more money, fund ICE more heavily than they fund the U.S. Marine Corps, which is pretty fucking stupid when you're going to start a war. But so she was supposed to be there to answer questions about ICE training and ICE policy. And but she was
everyone took it as an open door.
Woefully ill-informed about what kind of training
underprepared
law enforcement officers should go through, what kind of policy law enforcement officers follow. She was completely unaware that there was a standard for weapon firing and weapon carrying. She was completely unaware that the training program for most law enforcement officers encompasses years or more, you know. She was, and then she couldn't answer questions about the budget. She couldn't say
or her own job.
She couldn't justify that $70 million plane that she wanted 2 of that had 3 bedrooms and 14 seats. You know,
and her blankie apparently.
And her blankie. They fired a pilot because her blankie went missing.
Oh my God.
Her blankie went missing.
Yeah.
This is like if you look it up in the dictionary about unsuitable for the job, her picture should just be there. It's just like,
yeah. They asked her to justify this ad campaign that cost $220 million, which only produced one ad, 60-second ad, and featured her on a horse in front of Mount Rushmore. Sorry. Confused my mountains. Sorry. Getting old. And she said, and she talked about the American dream, and it, you know, and it cost $220 million. And somebody said, "Do you realize you could make this same ad for $20,000?" And she said, "No, this is professional." It for a lot
less.
Yeah, I know.
Because they love AI.
They kept saying, "Yes, you can make this professionally for 1/10 of the cost." And she's like, "Well, no, I've worked with these people before." And she said, "Yes." And the person said, "Yes, we know. These were the people who did your campaign ads, you know." So, yeah. And she funneled almost $250,000 to some friends of hers for a 60-second commercial.
Oh my God.
So anyway, she looked really bad.
She's looked really bad for a long time. There are literal call-outs of her going back to the Alex Preddy thing about her. I never called him a domestic terrorist, and she called him a domestic terrorist 3 times in the statement the day it happened.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to be smart to be like all of these. Look, and I am not shaming women, but I'm shaming these women because they are fucking horrible people. You got to be smart. You can't just pump your face full of Botox and go, I'm the Secretary of the Department of Justice and the Homeland Security.
Well, there is an overarching theme in this administration that they seem to feel that whatever they say is the truth. They don't have to ground it in facts. They don't have to, you know, they can say this person is a terrorist and they expect you to believe it in spite of the fact that they have no evidence that this person is a terrorist, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They
so
can
should we
say,
move on? Yeah. They can say whatever they want. They think it's verbatim law.
And they expect it to be believed unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Should we move on to number 2?
Feel free.
Bombs dropping on Pam Bondi. Love it. Love to see it. Can't wait for it. Oh, deliciousness.
To be fair, she's a smidge smarter than Ice Barbie.
But
but
it doesn't make her, Vera, less of a cunt.
Yes, agreed. She is a horrible person.
And you know what? All of these people are going to get everything they deserve. And for anyone that voted for this administration, this is his attitude towards women.
Yeah.
He puts them in power and then leaves them to hang out to dry for the shit that he's told them to do.
Yeah.
These people that are not experienced enough, that are not experienced enough for the jobs that he put them in.
I disagree. I think Pam Bondi does have the experience. She was AG of Florida. I just think that Pam Bondi drinks the Kool-Aid. She believes that the ends justifies the means, so therefore they can break and bend the law as needed.
Look, I will give her one thing. She's 60. That's some.
She's pretty snatched.
Around the eyes is looking a bit suspect now. She needs to get that she needs to get that Kardashian face pull. I look like my daughter now. That's terrifying.
Get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But she's being called in front of the Senate to I guess explain her handling of the Epstein files. Now, I don't know if this is news or if this was accurate news. A couple of weeks ago, did she not say unto us, this is all the files. This is, here we go. We're done. We've reached the end of it.
Yeah.
I saw a report yesterday and I didn't have time to look it up. In the next week or so, there are going to be 47,000 files published.
According to insider reports, people who have been in the FBI and were forced out of their jobs by DOJ, several people have suggested that there's at least 600 million files total, including hundreds of video clips
that we're never going to see. I don't think you would want to see,
given what I've read so far. I mean, some of the stuff in the Epstein files is horrific.
Let's wind it right back. You told us 2 weeks ago that was it.
She did.
So you're lying.
Of course.
Again. So why do we trust anything that anyone that is in power in the White House has to say? 47,000 is like the tip of the iceberg. As we said last time we talked about the Epstein files, they said it was what had been published, and what had been published to the public was about 3 to 4% of the evidence gathered.
Right. I think one of the bigger problems is that a lot of this stuff was already cataloged and on the FBI website and had been there for a while, and it was taken down off the website, and apparently nobody knew where it was, and everybody was talking about it being missing, especially specifically three witness statements that the witnesses had seen their statements up on the FBI file. They had talked to FBI agents. They were expecting to be deposed on these, or had been deposed on these reports, and those files went missing. They are back. All three of them are back.
But there is still some. There are still some missing because look, we have talked about it before. Not the great president, but he is a businessman. If you can't find the evidence, follow the money trail.
Yeah.
Why don't you go look at the Epstein payment, the Epstein Foundation's payments to a random person?
Yeah, that they can track all those.
Who said that she might have been sexually assaulted by somebody when she was 13 to 15 years old, and that evidence is not there.
Released a list of people that received settlements in exchange for non-disclosure agreements, and all of them were children.
It's that, like, I don't know how much more transparency you need. And for everyone that's going, why didn't Biden do anything about it? But these were open investigations to get to that point. You can't expose a witness / victim while they're under investigation. It purges the whole investigation null and void, which I think they would have preferred anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If we're being 100% honest. But the proof, if you look for it, the proof is there.
Traditionally, in a normal administration, the Department of Justice functions independently of the president. They are there as the people's attorney to investigate crimes against the state. And this DOJ and Trump's previous DOJ have not acted as the people's attorney. They've acted as Trump's attorney.
Yeah, they're not his personal lawyers.
But they act that way. Bill Barr did it too.
That's he doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that because he's not intelligent. But anyway, moving on.
I just want to say, and I've said it a million times, I'll say it again. Richard Nixon was a very corrupt man. He didn't go to jail, but his attorney general did.
And this is what's going to happen to each of these people. So watch how heavy you toe the company line, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be serving time over. He'll die before he goes to jail. Let's be real.
Oh yeah,
he will die. Yeah. He'll die before he goes to jail for anything. So how hard do you want to toe the company line? Because one bitch is done, and I'm loving seeing this.
Yes,
loving seeing Marjorie.
As is her boyfriend, I believe. Corey's
napalming everyone. This quote really did it for me. If your church leaders and elected leaders are telling you the way to bring Jesus back is by killing innocent children of innocent foreign people you've never met in a foreign land you've never been to, then you're believing the lies of wolves dressed in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Say it louder, Marge.
Marjorie's done a complete MAGA about face. She really has. And
right.
You have to believe
I wouldn't have picked it.
As a member of Congress, has access to information that we don't.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I want to read a little bit of her quote, a little bit of her post from X, formerly known as Twitter, about the loss of American service members' lives. My God, these poor military members and their poor families, I'm sorry for them and I'm praying for them. This is absolutely unnecessary and is unacceptable. We said no more foreign wars, no more regime change. We said it on a rally stage after rally stage, speech after speech. Trump, Vance, basically the entire administration campaigned on it and promised to put America first, to make America great again. And this is not the way to do it. Let's be real. I did. It's very hard to, again, the discourse between news and who's getting what news and when they're getting it. Everything that is being bandied about, again, on social media, and you have to be careful because it's not all true. Some of it, I've seen a lot of panicked, the bombs are dropping moments. You know, we're all going to glow in the dark in 5 seconds. But the discourse between what's actually happening in Dubai, what the American press is saying, what the Australian press is saying, what Al Jazeera is saying, it doesn't match up.
None of it does.
None of it matches up. And that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're blindsiding a whole country into believing the narrative that is not true.
Right. Well, the majority of this is not making our news. Our 6 o'clock news is 6 to 6:30 is all local news, local weather, local sports, local. 6:30 to 7 is national news. CBS has proven to be an extension of the Trump administration. They've yanked stories that at Trump's request. They won't report things that Trump asks them to. NBC News has been kneecapped because of sales. And ABC News, while remaining independent, has still always been formulaic. So they're going to tell you a story about a weather. They're going to tell you a story about Trump. They're going to tell you a story about something else. And then they're going to end with 3 feel-good stories. It's very formulaic. Every night, there'll be 6 top stories, 3 of which might be important, 1 of which will be the weather, and 3 will be right off social media, feel-good stories.
It's a bit of a nightmare, right? It's like going to being called to your manager's office and getting the compliment sandwich. It's like, here's some fluffy, feel-good banter. Here's your local news. Here's the shit that's going to terrify you at nighttime and keep you awake and make your children cry because they think they're going to die every 5 seconds.
But it's homogenized, too. It doesn't say we're dropping guns. It says, U.S. is joined a joint effort with Israel to end the preeminent threat, but they're not very specific about what that preeminent threat
what
is.
that threat might be.
Yeah, or how long it's going to take them to fix this nebulous threat. Who knows how long we're going to be there.
Directly affecting all of us. The gas prices here have risen to over $2 overnight.
Yeah. Oh no. I said that when I woke up on Sunday morning is when I heard that we had launched this. And I said to my brother-in-law,
let's be real. Don't say we, say the president.
The president, yes, the president had launched this. I said to everybody, I said, we need to get gas. We need to make sure every car is gassed up full because gas is going to be $5 a gallon before we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And the very next day, the Iranians blockaded the Strait of Hormuz, which supplies 35% of the world's oil. Yeah.
Good.
Again, if you don't want to believe the news, and if you can't believe the news, the best, smartest way of figuring out what is going on in the world today, follow the paper trail. Money talks, resources talk. If you want to know why people are doing what they're doing, follow the money. Because a lot of this, Operation Epic Fury,
I don't need my light on.
All a smokescreen for what's really going on, But anyway, I think we might have politicsed ourselves out to start with. We don't want to get bogged down in the mire because it's going to keep coming and coming and coming because we've entered another forever war. But that's okay. I feel this is because we're going to go into pop culture news. I saw a TikTok saying, or trying to explain why Gen Z are aging so much faster than millennials. And it's because they're experiencing all this shit for the first time. All that stress, all that worry, all that anxiety is actually acting on them. Us bitches, we've been here.
I'm saying,
we've been here for these wars. We've been here for these massive moments in history. We're like, oh, okay. We're dropping bombs on innocent people again. Oh, okay, cool. No worries. We might all be blown off the face of the earth for what, the 6th time in the last 30 years. Cool. Love that for us.
I know I've told this story on air before. I am old enough to remember air raid drills. When, once a month they would sound the air raid siren and every school-age child had to, go into the hallway and
duck and
step
cover.
into their locker.
Yeah, wow.
Duck and cover, right?
Yeah, or duck and cover. Yeah. Actually, they wanted us to step into the locker.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. You say like the numbness to it all, right? Like we're used to this, right? Like
desensitized to it.
Yes, thank you. I've seen like every, reel in the book. I don't watch TikTok much anymore. I'm really mostly on Instagram, so. Like I saw this one thing where I think it was like Eden from Key and Peele, was like sitting in a cafe and like a bomb goes off and he doesn't even look. Like, you know, and like then I see like the reel of like, again, I'm assuming that this was actual, like, not AI, like watching the actual bomb hit. I don't know if anybody saw the video or if I don't know if it was real or not. Again, I'm speculating at this point because I'm assuming it was real, but who knows? But like the way it came down, like there's people in a hotel room like watching this happen. And I said to my coworker, I go, I said, I can't imagine being in this building because, you know, I'm on the second floor and I can, like, you know, we have a pretty good view because we're at the top of a hill, you know, where we are. So it's,
right.
You know, where I live is not like Vera. I don't live on a mountain. You know,
got a
like,
good vantage point.
Yeah, like it's a nice view. We're above the tree line, so it's nice. And it's just like I said to her, I said, I can't imagine looking out this window and seeing this happen. Like, and these people are just standing there, like, oh, what's that? Oh wow, that was a loud boom. Like, you know. And
well, I think there's always going to be that kind of moment of disbelief that you're seeing what you're seeing because we are so desensitized to it. Like, that's why a lot of people didn't react in 9/11. You know, they couldn't believe that and they did. Look, let's not. We're going to jump to conspiracy theories soon. They didn't believe that those planes hit the building and that the buildings would fall. But you know, none of us believed it.
I actually watched it live. I didn't go to work till 11 a.m. and it started at 9. And I didn't see the first plane hit the building, but my brother-in-law said, oh, you might want to turn on the news. A plane just hit a building. And I'm thinking it's a small pleasure plane or personal aircraft because they're all over New York all the time. And I'm watching it as the second plane hits the building.
Ridiculous.
And I could not understand what I just saw. It's like, this was an accident, right? This first plane was an accident, but the second plane makes no sense. Why would 2 accidents happen in the same building in the same moment? I could not process it. I had to call somebody. It's like, what's going on? And they're like, we're at war. And I'm like,
that's part of the discourse, though, is that we now know. Yeah. We know that. We have that knowledge. We have that knowledge of the world. This is the way the world works. When random shit happens, it isn't random.
Right.
And these younger folk are experiencing all of that, I guess, shedding of innocence for the first time, that the world is not the world that they were raised in. Right. It's like getting your face pushed up against the glass real hard. It's like, look at it. Look at it. From one conspiracy theory to another, though, this one's fucking bizarre. Was Jim Carrey cloned?
I think that's him. I think he's just put on a little weight and changed his hair. I don't think it's.
I think it's a different bad color. Face. I think it's bad face work. That's just me.
Possibly. I think that it looks like bad filler. You know, to try and pump up those cheekbones. Little weird dent there on that one side.
There was a picture. He had like blue eyes in the beginning of the night, and he was signing with his left hand, and it was just like all these things. And I mean,
don't remember him
all
ever
over
having
everywhere.
Blue eyes.
What?
Yeah. So who knows?
I think he's always. I don't remember him ever having blue eyes.
No, at this event. She means
at this event. Yes, it said it showed him with blue eyes, and like, and then I heard a bunch of stuff about like the prosthetics picture. Was like posted like 2 days later or something. So I didn't dig. I haven't been digging. I can't. But so again,
it takes a lot of work.
A lot of work. I can't. But so that's why I'm relying on you guys to tell me everything that's happening in the world. And
that's all right. We're here for you.
But I don't know exactly what came of it because again, I didn't read the full article and like what this prosthetic post was about or what. Like,
well, so the big conspiracy theory is that, like, the weirdest one is that Jim Carrey has been cloned because he's telling stories about the Hollywood, like the world's elite, and he had to go, and it was a whole big thing. It's like, okay, cool, tinfoil hat off for a second. What's the guy's name? Alexis Stone. So he's a specialist makeup artist, prosthetics guy, posted the picture that you're talking about on his social media saying Alexis Stone as Jim Carrey in Paris, which the mask looked very similar to the facial features of Jim Carrey. My thought is this maybe not like some kind of Andy Kaufman like performance art weirdness that we might be getting later on? Like Jim Carrey has famously stepped away from Hollywood since the death of his partner. He lives in Hawaii. He goes out regularly incognito, like hats, fake beards, all that kind of stuff, so he isn't noticed where he lives. It's not out of the field of possibility that he might be making a documentary or some kind of film about fame, or like he's into these bigger ideas ever since the Truman. I feel like the Truman Show kind of maybe blew his mind wide open a little bit, and then I didn't jump straight to the cloning conspiracy. That's just the answer for everything. This is the answer for everything.
I'm not buying the cloning conspiracy.
No, I watched another TikTok about someone else we're going to talk about, and people go to cloning and stuff because they can't accept that horrible shit happens to people that they idolize.
Right.
And obviously, Selena Gomez had a baby taken away and was replaced by somebody else because, like, she couldn't just be having a fucking major organ transplant and a shitty boyfriend and a shitty relationship and growing older and maturing in Hollywood. You know,
right.
Mental illness, physical illness. How, like, that doesn't happen. She's totally being cloned. And if you're going to clone, like, I don't know, you're going to clone someone more interesting than, I don't know. Like, Jim Carrey is a legend, but he's not the mover and shaker of the world. You know?
Hasn't been for a long time.
Clone a Kardashian. They're doing it themselves with all that face work. They all look exactly the same.
I honestly think it might have just been a body double because he's not that Hollywood guy anymore. Like, why was he invited to these awards? That was my main question.
It was like
there for?
It was one of those fluffy duffy career achievement award things. It's like, congratulations, you're amazing.
Yeah, he probably, again, like, I don't want to go to that. Like, you know, like,
if you can afford a body double,
yeah,
have at it.
All right. Speaking of fuck that shit, Shia LaBeouf can go fuck.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
He is
I
an
was willing to give
undiagnosed
you
schizophrenic.
the benefit of the doubt for a hot minute. He's a horrible person. We've known he's a horrible person for a hot minute. But the fact that, you know, he was arrested in Mardi Gras and then went straight back and then was arrested again at the same place for the same thing. And then he did this fucking random interview with Andrew Callahan for Channel 5 and said, I'll be honest with you, big gay people are scary to me. When I was like standing by myself and 3 gays are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. I'm sorry. If that's homophobic, then I'm that. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
And then he said, I'm good with gay, but be gay over there, though. Don't be gay in my lap. That's why I was drunk. It's Mardi Gras. So everything I say is nonsense. So fuck you, dude. Like, don't use that excuse. First of all, you're not that hot. Not everyone wants to fuck you because you're crazy, you beat women, and you're a psychopath. Secondly, it's attitudes that like that perpetuate hate for not only gay people, for Jews, for immigrants. It's the way the world is working, and that is just a fucking reflection of what's going on, and you're a fuckwit. I hope you never see your child again because that is toxic masculinity at its worst. Fuck off.
Have you guys...
Can I piss you off a little bit? Can I piss you off a little bit?
Go ahead.
Not Vera. I don't know. I don't know if you saw the interview. I don't know. But the part where he's asked what he would do if he met Jesus. Or what he would say or what he would ask or whatever the fuck. And like, he was like, he's like, I wouldn't say anything. And he got all choked up. He started to cry, right? And he's like,
that's because he's found God, remember?
He goes, I would just kiss his feet. I would just kiss his feet. Like, and then he talked, you know, again, he went on his, you know, crack rant, right? And it's just like, you could tell, like,
he's
someone.
Not right.
you can tell when someone has used too much drugs, like, and he's
scrambled
at that point where he's got like a scrambled brain. I don't know what you just said, but like
drug-induced psychoses.
Yeah,
psychosis,
and it's
like schizophrenia.
clear.
Yeah, drug-induced psychosis.
So like it's clear that something is loose up there, right? And I feel like,
but why is anyone giving him oxygen to spout that shit?
Have either of you heard of the song Shia LaBeouf?
I have, yes.
All I can think of all week long is Running for Your Life from Shia LaBeouf.
I think you've got it, because like, and yeah, that whole Jesus thing, I'm like, dude, weren't you Jewish like 5 years ago? And then you jump ship?
Yeah.
Because you did a movie?
People convert all the time.
I know, but how much stock are we taking in your faith when you're like, change my mind?
If was he ever he was in recovery at some point, right? Is he supposed to be in recovery right now?
Gonna beat my wife again and blame her for it. Whoops.
You don't think people can turn around? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say
every day with people who do.
That you're wrong. I'm just saying, give the guy the benefit of the doubt. People try.
No, look,
I don't give a fuck about Shia LaBeouf, right? I just know that as a Christian or as somebody who knows somebody who's come from addiction or anything like that, I just feel like they can, like, okay, again, I'm just gonna stop. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop.
Well, I know what you're saying, though, Christina. There are people who recover from addiction. There are people who turn their lives around and get their shit together. I do think at this point he has some,
repeated pattern of behavior,
drug-induced psychoses. I also think maybe some organic brain damage from the drug use that is causing this delusional thinking that you may never recover from.
No, and I know people like that, and that's why it's like I understood him when he was speaking, because I know people like that. Like, so it's just like I know people who talk like that, and again, it's just
I have no problem with people finding religion and it making it uplifting them, it changing them, it giving them a new path on life. But don't weaponize it to justify your fucking shitty behavior. It's not a cure-all. You have to admit that, yes, and he did say, I shouldn't have touched anyone, but that's not the fact that you're violent isn't a problem. It's your way of thinking that's a problem. And the fact that you're spreading that way of thinking to people on a mass platform that will listen to you because you're a fucking celebrity. It's not okay to have that. And if you are homophobic,
I'm not
great.
sure he has that kind of power anymore.
Well, he does. People do love him. And I'm going to, borrow his own words. If you're homophobic, great, but be homophobic over there. If that's what I'm supposed to do, then you fuck off over in the corner, go marry Jesus and do your best thing and live your life, save the world, do all that shit. But don't go, everything that I've done as a shitty, shitty human being when I was under the influence of drugs, mental health, all of that's forgiven because I found Jesus. No, it's not. You need to admit that you had a problem. You need to admit that you did shitty things and be responsible, not only for yourself, but the fact that you have a child that is now going to go through the world. You're going to go through the world, and he's going to be able to go back and look at your pattern of behavior and go, oh, if he's still alive, when that child reaches an age where he can question his father, what do you say to him? Because you haven't said it publicly.
Well, what do you want him to do? To Rob Schneider and apologize online to his kid?
I think that you just, if you have that kind of opinion, because he hasn't done anything physically, to his child, but these actions will,
I think,
are ramifications, like Bonnie Blue.
His emotion alone, just saying, like, when he was asked that question, he immediately broke down. Like, and I feel like being asked that question when you've done so many wrong things that, I mean, I personally have said, like, in the past, like, well, why don't you go to church? Why don't you do that? And I'm like, God doesn't want to see me right now. So, like, I've said that to many people. I said it at a party one night, and my mom got so upset with me. And it's like, I felt like that, like, but that's my feeling. Like, God doesn't want to see me right now, and I know that. Like, and I wasn't ready to see God, you know, like I don't know. It's just my fucking thought process. I sound insane.
No,
Believe me,
that's
I
fair
know
enough.
this. But like now that my daughter is in religion and I have to go to church every Sunday, it's just, I don't want to say like I drank the juice or anything, but it's just, it does do something to you. Faith
Yeah.
is just a powerful
That's
thing.
your
Faith
choice about
in a
how you want to
whole.
live your life. Like,
Right.
that's how you want to raise your children. That's how you want to live your life. And I'm not
Any
criticizing
kind of
that at
faith,
all.
any kind of faith at all.
Any kind of
so
faith.
Powerful. Again,
Yeah.
if he was, you know, praying to Allah, I'm sure that if he was asked if he saw Allah, what would he do? Like, you know, I'm sure he would have broke down regardless. It's just like, again, I feel him. I feel the pain.
And you can have empathy.
I don't have sympathy for what he did. I don't agree with what he did.
Empathy. I think you can definitely have empathy, but it's not an absolution. It's not an absolution for the behavior.
Of course not.
Last time I was in church, I caught fire, so I don't go back anymore.
Yeah, Vera, this is true.
I come from a long line of religious people. My
God was not ready to see you, bitch.
Yeah, he was
He's never ready for me.
Light
Shit comes out of my mouth. He's like, "Girl." Anyway,
look, the one time in the decade that I ever go into a church, I get worried. I'm like, am I going to start to sizzle?
I come from a very faithful family. I really do. I was raised in the Catholic tradition.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that faith gives people power. I watched it empower my parents and my grandparents. I don't find that, you know, but if he does, more power to him. But I am concerned that at this point in his
there's bigger picture
ongoing that there's organic brain damage.
Oh yeah.
And recovery may not be there for him.
Again,
and look, some people are never going to admit that they have a fault. People are loving this next story.
Oh my God, I love this.
The story that I didn't expect to blow up on the page this week was Justin Timberlake trying to get his arrest video. I guess, what are we going to call it?
Scrubbed.
Excised from public view?
Scrubbed. He wants it scrubbed from the record.
He wants it gone because, let's face it, it's already going to ruin the tour. People are vicious in the comments. People are vicious in the comments on this one.
There, though, I don't understand what he's thinking he can save.
Which is making me say, what heinous shit did he say when he was arrested?
Yeah, like when he went to the actual, like, was he?
Well, he did do the whole "Do you know who I am?" thing with the cop, the arresting officer. You know,
but I've seen a lot of conspiracy theories again, saying maybe he wasn't alone when he was arrested. Maybe there was somebody with him that wasn't his wife.
Maybe
he has had some very public breakdown, or private public breakdown when he was being questioned, because he was detained for 8 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which suggests to me, which suggests to me that there was some kind of issue, whether it was a resisting arrest, whether it was held up for legalities, something went on. If it was a completely transparent, I was arrested for a DUI, this is going to ruin the tour, that's fucking embarrassing enough. We've all seen it, we've all heard it, you know. Mm-hmm. But there's something else there. Why are you fighting so hard? Why are you fighting so hard?
And to think
to have this
Jeffrey disappear. Was days away from meeting Jeffrey to meeting Justin Timberlake.
Oh well. But look, birds of a feather flock together in the news today. I'm sorry, Christina, but your girl, she's also been done for DUI.
God, I hate her face.
She has been done for DUI.
If we have to talk about body doubles, can we talk about how Britney Spears does not look like Britney Spears? Like, she just looks like she's fucking homeless. Her eyeliner is just like smudged every fucking time. I just like, clean your fucking face up, bitch. Like, if she didn't look like she went like this every time somebody took a picture of her, she took a video of herself, like, I would feel better about it. But it's like, she is actually a mess. Like, you look a mess. Stop. Like, just clean your face.
This is one of the TikToks that I watch about people having dissonance about the reality of the situation. People with mental health issues, people with health issues, their appearance will change.
Absolutely.
The way they act will change. The erraticness of their behavior will change. The fact that she's performing is something that used to be her gratification place. That used to be her safe place. If she was on stage, she was making money. People were happy with her. This is why she's still posting these videos, and she has a dissonance in her head that, yes, I am an amazing dancer, when it may not be the case anymore because of all the mental health, the drugs, the alleged experimentation of drugs on her.
Getting older and getting out of shape.
With all of
not
that,
having a choreographer anymore.
She was only held for 3 hours. Crazy Britney, spinning around with knives and her nipple out and her eyeliner running, was only there she was arrested at 3, she was released at 6. She gone. What did Justin do?
Yeah, he had something in his car.
He was drunk. He was
crazy Britney.
Drunk.
Yeah.
Well,
he could have swung at the cop.
Yeah, right. Or there could have been some stuff spouting out of his mouth.
There could have been some substance in the possession. Mm-hmm. They probably wanted to search the car for cocaine and other substances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They probably found something.
Where was he? Because he
was in Long Island.
He's a doobie.
It was in
South Southampton. Is it legal there?
Legal.
Is that legal there? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm not of the country. I don't know.
Oh no, I think it would have to be more than pot. I would think if they're holding him for 8 hours, they're looking for cocaine. They're looking for stronger drugs.
Maybe they drug tested him and they're waiting for results of drug tests before they can release him, etc. There's something there.
I mean, doing a venipuncture and they've got the blood sample, they've got the drug test. They don't need the physical body there.
Yeah, but there's a suspicion of something. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been held for 8 hours.
Right.
You know that my local news station did a story on the hotel that Jeffrey stayed at and the restaurant that we went to when I went to go visit.
Oh God, what does it say?
It said it was a great place to eat, and they even showed the table that me and Jeff sat at.
That's good. It's not one of those blue light expose going, here's all the DNA.
No. It was like
droppings were found in the kitchen.
It's a special called like out on the East End, and it was nice. I cried while I watched it.
Isn't that terrifying though when you have been to a place and then one of those expose things goes there and you're like, oh
yeah, right. Like, oh, fuck.
I slept in one of those beds. That freaked me out. Last time I was in Vegas, I was there when that whole hacking thing went down with the casinos. Remember a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
When they hacked into the booking system and all that kind of thing, and all the check-in was down. That was literally the weekend I arrived in Vegas, and I got to my hotel and I got on TikTok, and there was one of those. They're like, bed bugs have been found in blah blah. I was like, oh fuck right off. So I was looking. My room was immaculately clean. So all those people that talk shit about Excalibur, go fuck yourself. It was lovely when I stayed there. I was in the furthest room at the end of it was like walking the Shining corridors every time I had to go.
Oh my God.
And I don't think there was anyone else. I don't think there was anyone else in that wing of the hotel.
My nephew's apartment. My nephew's apartment
2 people
is down one of those corridors, and it's always like, will we ever get to the end?
Come play with us, Daddy.
Yeah.
And ever. It's also like one of those that nightmare you have where you run down the hallway and it keeps getting longer and longer and longer. You're like, I just gotta pee. That's not good.
Yeah.
Gotta make it back to the room because you're in Vegas, so obviously you're full of something.
A quarter of a mile from the elevator to Matthias's apartment, and you gotta walk this endless hall.
Vera needs a golf buggy. You can have it on hand. That'd be good. That'd be good.
And if you just got off the thruway and you gotta pee, it's torture.
That's the worst. Or being down in the lobby and you're like, oh, I can hold it till I get to the room, and you get in the lift and then everyone stops at every fucking floor. And you're like, I'm gonna die in this house. I think I'm gonna die in this Oh, that's me. That's very me. Speaking of death, I didn't know how many Neil Sedaka songs I knew. Vera.
He was my mom's favorite, but I grew up listening to his stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to piece together where I know all these songs from. I'm like, it must have been my grandmother.
He was my mom's age. It was her music, but
because I was just like, Neil Sedaka. I'm like,
my sister Dia. My sister Dia posted January. You start the year off right.
I know all the words to that song.
Dad.
Yeah, that's the end. That's the remix. That's the 2026 remix. Very short, very succinct. I like it.
Dad.
All right. I have a question for you, lovely ladies. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame time. Who should it be?
Pink.
You reckon Pink?
I love Pink.
I can't believe that someone like
That isn't a party.
I can't believe Iron Maiden aren't in there already. I can't believe that Melissa Etheridge hasn't been. Joy Division.
Same to me.
Like, yeah, but
I
think
can't
that we are
Phil
now.
Collins isn't in there because he was
He's in the lead. He's in the lead, but I think we're in the post rock and roll era now. Everyone was very hung up about it being
post rock and roll
stars
for a while.
Like even Cher was like, "I'm not going to take that." Oh, and then she took it.
Yeah, she took it.
And then, Dolly made it. Remember, Dolly made a rock album.
Well, you know what?
She said,
I got to say this out loud.
Do it.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will always be lacking until they make a place in that building for the Monkees. The Monkees may have been...
The Monkees.
The Monkees may have been a made-for-TV band, but they released 7 albums. They influenced a lot of musicians. The Monkees deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and until the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame makes that right, they can just fuck all the way off.
Hot take from Vera, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't pick you for a Monkees fan, but
I grew up on the Monkees. They were my jam.
It's my jam. It's my lady jam. I thought that was Bonanza.
They were out at the same time, for Christ's sake.
I know.
It was on Saturday morning. The original show was on Saturday morning with the Saturday morning cartoons. And me and my sisters watched it, and then we watched Speed Racer, and then we watched the Osmond Brothers cartoon and the Jackson 5 cartoon.
Oh my God. So speaking of cartoons, because of all of this hullabaloo with Warner Brothers and all that kind of stuff, if you are a fan of classic cartoons, Tubi, whatever you want to call it, there's a shit ton of good old shit, like stuff like 90s, 70s, old shit that has just hit Tubi for free.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Free. Go and watch some cartoons.
I have Tubi.
That's what I think. That's a very millennial response, isn't it? Quick, find something that used to make me happy and make it more. Give me more. Give me access to it. I want to feel feelings again.
I don't watch news, and I only watch my shows on my phone because
Dia is binge watching Gilmore Girls, all her feel good shows.
Well, do you know what I went to? I did a rewatch of Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23 because of James Van Der Beek. I'm like, he was hilarious on that show. It's a nice, it's only a 2-season run. That's been my little show. He was so funny on that show. I mean,
I don't stay home to watch TV. I never did, but I thought that show shouldn't have been canceled after 2 seasons.
It's so I just think people didn't realize how absurdist it was. It's literally absurdist theater in sitcom form. But James Van Der Beek was fucking buff as shit in that show. And he was always nailing that. He's just naked for some reason. You're like, okay, James, that's fine. We'll deal with that.
We'll take it.
You shot me in the booty.
If I had a smoking pot, I'd be naked a lot more.
Oh, mate, yeah, same. I'd be on OnlyFans. We wouldn't be talking. Because I'd be live streaming on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't need you guys. I would just be on OnlyFans.
Right? Yeah, we'd be millionaires. It wouldn't matter. Bonnie Blue would have nothing on me. It'd be all over.
We're talking about Bonnie Blue today. Oh my God. Can I tell you guys? Oh, I'm sorry, Vera. I know you have a event.
That's okay.
But
go for it.
Really quick. Okay. Really, really quick. I want to tell you something that happened at work. Okay. So I was, I needed help with an Excel sheet. Okay. And there's this numbers guy and
Same.
I needed help with him. Okay. Like he needed help me. So I told him to just come by my desk so he can help me with the Excel sheet. I have 3 monitors. Okay. I'm setting you up for this. I have the Excel sheet on the closest monitor to him. And he's like right here behind me. Okay. And I have a formula for that Excel sheet that I'm asking him to help me figure out if like this is the right formula or like how I could do it in bulk, whatever. It's like, anyway. So where the formula is in my notepad in Outlook. Okay. So, but the only thing is that where that little formula is underneath all of my passwords in the notebook in Outlook. So I have to open up said notebook to get to the formula. So I open up the notepad and I scroll all the way down to where the formula is. I copy it. I click out of it because I don't want him to see my passwords. I paste the thing. We're working. I lose it. I have to now go back into said notepad to get formula again. So I click it. I'm like, okay. And I tell them like, I was like, okay, so that's why it says like replace W with this. And like, I'm not thinking at the time, like, you know, what my passwords look like. Okay. I don't have normal passwords. Okay. I have extremely dirty passwords. Okay. Like I have exhausted every name, birthday, wedding date, dog name, cat, anything you could fucking think of. I have exhausted. Every time I try to put in a password, it's wrong. It's this, it's that. Anyway, so I'm now realizing that he may have seen the worst password. So I'm like freaking out. I tell this kid that works with me, he's like, oh, IT can see your passwords. He's like, I'm sure he saw it. And I was like, he's not IT. Like, he's not looking at my passwords. He goes, no. He goes, you know, IT can see it. I was like, no, they don't. He's like, yes, they can. He's like, there's TikToks about it. So he sends me one. I'm like, this isn't real, whatever. So I tell my other coworker, my older, like my mom, my aunt, you know, of the group. And I asked her and I go,
work mom.
You know, she goes, oh, my ex-husband was an IT manager. Let me call him. So she calls him. He goes, yes, IT can see the passwords that you have, regardless if you say you forgot it or whatever, you need a new one. Doesn't matter. They still can see it, whatever, right? So I'm freaking out. I'm sweating. I'm like, this guy is going to tell on me like that I have these bad passwords. I was like, but then he's going to get in trouble for looking at my passwords, right? So I have my friend come over, like my good friend, like I've known this girl for 13 years. Like I've worked with her for 13 years. So we've been through everything in this company together. So she comes over to my desk and I go, listen, I did something earlier. I said, I need you to look at something for me. And so I pull up the same notepad that I pulled up with him. And I go, you see this formula? I'm copying this formula. I said, I'm putting it in here. I closed out. I said, did you see anything? She goes, what am I looking for? I go, my passwords. And she's like, and she's standing exactly where he was. She has glasses. And she goes, what am I seeing? What am I looking at? So then I close it out. And I'm like, okay. I was like, let's wait a minute because this is what happened. I said, let's wait like 3 minutes. I said, I'm going back in. I go, now that you know what you're looking for, can you see it? And she goes, dude, I don't even know what I'm looking at. And then she realizes. And she goes, you fucking asshole. And she like hits me. She's like, what are you thinking? She goes, where's your head at? Like, why would you do that? She's like, dude, honestly, she's like, there's probably nothing to worry about. He probably didn't see it. She goes, because it took me a couple of times to like realize what I'm actually looking at. She goes, it doesn't say like username, password. It's just my name and my usernames and my passwords for the systems. It's not like specific. I don't have like username, password, username. It's not like that.
Right.
So later on, now that she has seen said passwords, again, there's a variety of them, but we have to go take like a group picture for something that she signed me up for without my knowledge. And she comes over to my desk and she leans over the glass. She goes, come on, big dick, let's go take a picture.
Well done. Well done.
Oh fucking God. Like, I was like, you're such an asshole. And she's like, no, you're the asshole. And I'm like, oh, it's just, so I was terrified that this guy saw my parent, but I think I'm okay. But it was just funny, and I had to tell you that was
That's
my
all
day
right.
yesterday.
You gotta let off steam like a
Oh
big
my
asshole.
God.
You gotta
It was so
release. And Vera's about to release in the
Yeah.
section of the show that we call Vera Vez. Sizzle.
There you go.
All right. Here you go.
We touched on this earlier. As most of us do know, the United States has started a war in the Middle East. Thank God for us. Jesus Christ. And there are plenty of people that are arguing that this is an illegal war. It is direct violation of the UN Security Council. It was Article 2. It was done without any act of Congress. It was done without even addressing the United States people and making clear the objectives. But there's another objection that needs to be remembered every day. And I'm going to quote President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was a general in the United States Army, who very famously said, "Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft that," I can't read my own writing, "a theft. For there is a hungry person who cannot be fed, those who are clothed cannot be clothed." And basically what he's saying is that the money spent on war is money wasted. Now, we've only been at war for 5 days. And estimates are that it's costing us $2 billion a day for this weird little conflict / war / illegal Epstein file diversion. $1 to $2 billion a day. What are we stealing from the people of this country? 200 kilometers of paved roads, 8,000 homes could be built for homeless people or even middle class, working class people who can't afford homes. 8 hospitals could be built with $2 billion. $2 billion could fund the entire global health initiative. $2 billion could pay for 130 new schools. $2 billion can pay for 4 hospitals. $2 billion can pay for 400,000 students to get higher education, be that at college or trade school. $1.1 billion could fund the school lunch program. 2 days of war could 100% the United States International Aid Fund. 5 days of this war could fund the entire disaster relief fund by FEMA, which is supposedly broke because all of the FEMA money has been sent to ICE. But $2 billion a day could fund the disaster relief fund. Think about it when there's a snowstorm or a hurricane or a tornado in your town. $200 could fund the American contribution to the UN Coordination of Humanities Fund. $2 billion of your hard-earned money is not paying for schools, not paying for roads, not paying for hospitals, not paying for SNAP, not paying for poor, not paying for health care. It's paying for guns and ammunition for a war that nobody knows why we're in.
There we go. The buttons are being really sensitive today. I don't know what's going on. I don't want us to end the show. Thank you for sticking with us, folks. It's been a long one, but we are here. I will just say, though, we are trying... Well, I have begun to try and resurrect a bit of a favorite of the panel. Ladies and gentlemen, submissions are reopened for uncensored confessions. So if you have something you need to get off your chest or you need a bit of advice, please head on over to our Facebook page. I'll put the banner up because if you're not already there, you should know where we are. It's My Uncensored Radio. And you can leave us a little submission anonymously. Everything is anonymous unless you specify otherwise. But we've had I went back and watched Uncensored Confessions. I was like, wow, okay, we had some moments there. That's some good stuff. It's only 4 episodes so far because we need some new submissions, but we are reopened for 2026. So even if it's not your tea, if you want to spill someone else's tea and you want some advice on it, we live. It's what we dine out. Christina's ready. Look, she's ready now.
Oh my God,
she's got some tea.
I hope
big dick.
Fucking have it. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
Ready to go. Now she's gonna have to change her passwords though, right?
Right? That's what my friend said. She's like, you better change it. And I was like, how? Like, they're so annoying to change. Like,
yes.
Now it's gotta be large penis. Rude. What? Well, until we are big dicks again next week, this has been UCR Live, folks. Thanks for hanging in there. We'll be back again next week. Same time, same bat channel. Maybe a little less dick talk, but we can never rule out dick talk. Bye.